Thank you for hitting play. Today we have a very special episode because this guy right here has a brand new album, and today we are going to talk all about it. The album is titled Faux Jazz.
Faux Jazz.
You've done so many projects over the years, and this is the first one that has your name on it.
Yes.
Why is the album titled Faux Jazz?
The approach which I took with writing the song was following chords, which is something that is a staple in jazz. And since I don't really know how to play jazz, I called it Faux Jazz. Even though I try to do what jazz people do, but probably not as well.
What can people expect when they listen to this album?
They can expect to see a glimpse into my mind and all the different things that influence me. I think you can hear a bit of everything there. There's a bit of rock, a bit of blues, a bit of classical, some more abstract stuff, a little experimentation. Just get an idea of what I like.
The album cover is so cool.
Thank you.
And you were pretty determined to have it look a certain way and be a certain image. Why this concept? What does this concept mean?
It doesn't mean anything. Like there's no deep meaning to it. It's just aesthetic that I wanted to achieve for the sake of it being artistic. Everything is in the name of art and kind of expressing a certain kind of mood or a certain kind of sentiment. And I wanted it to be something somewhat classy, but a little bit unsettling. And I had a good team of people helping me with it to make this vision a reality. And I'm super happy with it. So I hope everyone else is.
The lead single is Don't Go. Out of all the 7 tracks on the album, why was that chosen as the lead single?
I think it's the poppiest one, I guess. And kind of the melody gave me a very quick association with an idea of something being of maybe regret or something. So because it spoke to me so clearly, I think it would be the clearest kind of thing to show to other people. I don't know. I think it's the poppiest. It's the perfect length. It's got a hook. It's got some showboating.
I have to say, that last chorus, you just shred on that last chorus.
No, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Well, thank you.
It's one of the best guitar playing you've done, in my opinion.
You're too kind.
No, it's true. How did you come up with the concept for the music video?
It took a little bit of kind of imagining. I had a few ideas that were potential candidates, but I think kind of the vehicles that were used to express this kind of emotion were the right choice for it. And again, the name of the song and kind of the sentiment that came with it was a click for me. So this was a good way to communicate it, and in a way which is somewhat realistic. It's not so abstract. It's close to real life, in which we live, which is nice.
What is your favorite song on the album?
Right now, I can't listen to it anymore because I've heard all of them so much. But I think kind of the wild card is Sometimes. That was my last favorite song.
Yeah. I think that one really stands out on the album. It doesn't sound like any of the other tracks.
Yeah.
It could be, it could be on a Katana album. It's got that same kind of dark vibe to it.
Well, this, each track kind of, it takes a while for me to come up with music. I take my time. But it's a reflection on what I'm taking in at the time.
Yeah.
And this one happened kind of quickly. I wrote a lot of the music a long time ago, but the way it was arranged and how I wanted to put it together, I was listening to a lot of Eric Satie and Nick Johnston. So I think I kind of translated those influences adequate.
That was actually one of my questions that I was going to ask you.
You can still ask it.
I'm going to ask it. But before I ask it, do you know which song is my favorite on the album? It's Martian Lullaby.
Yes.
I love that song. I think that's the song like that is on repeat for me. I never get bored of it.
But like I hesitate because you're always so supportive of everything. You're like, sometimes it's great. Don't go, it's amazing. Martian Lullaby, it's great. I like the other ones too. And
I like them all, but Martian Lullaby is just so smooth. I love that song.
Thank you so much.
What artists have influenced you with this album?
It's not so much like a group of artists, it's just everything that I listen to. And there's a lot of classical music, there's some blues kind of stuff, there was some more abstract stuff. It wasn't so much that I was trying to do something that was similar to an artist as like try to give a vibe of something. I like everything. I like Satie, as I was saying earlier. I love Tchaikovsky, obviously. I like Joe Bonamassa, as I think his main influence of Don't Go, or that kind of vibe. The clap with me was, I don't know where the influence from that is, but it was something just to have audience participation in a kind of backhanded way.
It's so hard to keep up with that rhythm though. Like it's very different.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can, but we've played it live for an audience before and they've kept up with it. So if you explain what's going on, they get it. People are smarter than
we give them credit.
Yeah. Then I'd like to give them credit.
How is this album different from your work with Katana?
Well, it's totally different. With Katana, it's...
Was it liberating for you to be on your own? Because with Katana, like, I'm involved a little bit, Bedr is involved a little bit. So, like, with this, it was just completely you.
In some ways, yes. In some ways, I don't like it as much.
Don't like what?
Working alone. Like, for me, the most enjoyable thing about music is the camaraderie. I like to be in a live setting. I like to be having a dialogue with other musicians, improvising, playing, whatever, and it's about being involved with people. When you're sitting by yourself in the studio and you're trying to kind of narrate some kind of story or do something musically, it's not as fun as when you're bouncing ideas off of other people.
Yeah.
So it's a different approach. With Katana, it's like about having a nice riff and, you know, just being heavy and cool. And this one was about, you know, trying to put a vibe down. There's a bit more dynamic range, I think, than Katana allows for.
So you wrote this album on your own, you composed it on your own, and you produced the majority of, you know, the tracks. But who else was involved in the production of the album?
On the first track, About Time, I had Steve, talented bassist in Kuwait, play the bass for it. I outsourced a few people online to play some different instruments. There's an amazing accordion solo, an amazing saxophone solo, and also a friend of the band and friend of me, Lester, who did the keyboards on Seldom.
Yeah. He did the keyboards on Don't Go.
No.
No?
No.
It sounds like him.
It does, but it's not.
Who was it?
It's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's me with some plugins.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, he does some of the other stuff where Martian Lullaby, that's all him. That's why it's so kind of bouncy and dynamic and human. And the mastering was done overseas, outsourced as well, with a gentleman called Camilo Silva, who's from Colombia. I really liked his work and I really like what he did with it. And of course, all my friends and family who I've like shown this to many times while it was being done, and they're like, oh, this is great, or oh, this is terrible. So I consider them as input for it as well. Yourself included, of course.
Very nice.
Yeah.
If you could collaborate with any other guitarist on a track in the future, who would it be?
You know, I'd rather collaborate with a different instrument. I think I like being the lonesome guitarist. I'll handle the kind of guitar aspect of things. If I could find somebody on a different instrument who maybe I can learn from or bounce ideas off of, I find that more interesting than just being a guitar wankfest.
But wouldn't it be so cool, like if you and, for example, Nick Johnston collaborated on a track and you could harmonize, play the same melodies but in different harmonies and really like go at it?
If he's there, then I'm not needed.
It's not true.
He would steal the show. He is just...
He's amazing, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like a collaboration with another guitarist would be really cool. And you could take a verse, he could take another, and on the chorus you guys could like combine your powers and do some harmonies. And
it doesn't appeal to me as much as
really
you would think so. Yeah,
I would love to do like a duet with another vocalist and like have like a friendly vocal acrobat competition going on. It's so cool. It's fun.
The act is nice, having like a dialogue with someone.
Yeah.
Just doing different things, but like in the guitar realm, I would be kind of taking a verse away where Nick Johnston could do his magic. I would rather sit and play bongos in the back and have him do cool stuff.
So the album is out. Where can everybody listen to it?
There's no physical copies, so I imagine it would be online. There's all the streaming services where it should be available. On YouTube, you can check out the channel. You can call me up and I'll come and play it for you on my phone or on the guitar. Speaking
of which, the channel will be linked at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. I'm going to put a link that's going to have his face on it, so make sure you click on that and subscribe because it's a brand new channel and we need to support our buddy.
No, don't do that. I hate it when artists support each other out of pity.
Not pity, because you deserve it.
If you listen to it and you like it, then support it.
You're gonna like it.
If you
just
listen
subscribe.
to it and don't like it, don't do it. Oh, he's our boy from our hometown, whatever, let's support him.
No, of course, I'm not saying that. That's a terrible thing.
But that's something that a lot of people do in Kuwait, and I don't like that. Be honest. Don't be a sheep. I reckon.
I reckon too.
Kind of makes us dicks, but I'm not asking for support. Just if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to stay here. No one's forcing you to listen to it, or you shouldn't feel guilty about it. If the work's good enough for you, that's excellent. If it's not good enough for you, then move on. Listen to Nick Johnston.
Any last words with regards to this album? Is there anything that I left out that you would like to say about it?
No, I think that's pretty comprehensive. I hope to do more instrumental guitar records because I like being the center of attention.
What other genre is going to be the faux genre next time?
I don't know. I had an idea to do like a bunch of classical music.
Ooh, that would be good.
In a certain kind of style. But I don't know, like my mood changes like that. So maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, no, I want to do EDM music on guitar or something.
Maybe you should. I think that would be cool.
Today it doesn't sound like a good idea. Ask me tomorrow.
Okay, I will. If you guys have any questions for Adel, please make sure to put them in the comments below. And if you haven't done so already, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and subscribe to his channel as well. We will see you guys next week with a new episode of Just Hit Play with more juicy topics.